Hello, my name is Holly Connor. I'm 27 years old from Bear, Delaware. I am a current student at Delaware Tech. This will be my second year. I am studying cardiovascular sonography, and today I'm here to talk about human sexuality and the male and female reproductive system and anatomies. So, human sexuality has been a study for approximately 125 years, and it's amongst the elemental drives behind all of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It represents the means of biological reproduction, describes the way we present ourselves, and also directs our attraction to one another. Additionally, it develops the brain and body to seek pleasure. And when you think about it, sex plays a big role in our everyday life aside from just reproduction and building families. It's also in the way we dress, the way we joke, and even the way we identify ourselves. Sexology is known as the scientific study of human sexuality, and those who study it are known as sexologists. Sexologists study the sexual behaviors of people, how they feel about it, and their interactions with others. A sexologist's main goal is to find ways to create a healthy sexuality within a person and their relationship while still touching base with psychology, sociology, medicines, biology, and anthropology. Usually sessions with a sexologist can be done individually, or if you prefer to have your partner present, that is also allowed as well. So let's begin by discussing the female reproductive system anatomy. The female reproductive system is divided into two segments, the external and the internal structures. The main external structures are made up of the labia majora, the labia minora, the Bartholin's glands, and the clitoris. The labia majora is known as the outer large lips, which has the ability to close off other external structures, serving as protection. During puberty, the skin of the labia majora experiences hair growth, sweat, and other oils. In this small little picture, the labia majora is located right at the top, right here. And the next is the labia minora, which is known as the smaller lips that lie inside the labia majora, surrounding the openings to the vagina and the urethra. The skin of the labia minora can be very sensitive and may sometimes become irritated. The Bartholin's glands, are located next to the vaginal opening on the right and left side, and their main function is to produce mucus secretion. And here is, I'll point that out for you there too, the labia minora, right there, and the two Bartholin's glands, side by side. And last but not least is the clitoris. The inner lips of the labia minora come together at the clitoris. The clitoris is covered by a skin fold known as the prepuce, similarly to the foreskin of the penis. The clitoris is another sensitive structure of the female anatomy and can become erect due to stimulation. The main internal structures are made up of the vagina, the uterus, the ovaries, and the fallopian tubes. The vagina is a canal that connects with the cervix to the outside of the female body, which is also identified as the birth canal. The uterus is an empty organ that is in the shape of a pear. The uterus is where the development of a fetus begins, and is divided into two parts, the cervix and the corpus. I believe it is the corpus. The cervix is the lower part of the uterus opening into the vagina, also where a woman's menstruation will exit and where a man's sperm will enter. And the corpus is the main body that allows the expansion of growing a baby. The ovaries are the small almond-shaped glands located on the right and left side of the uterus, producing eggs and hormones. And lastly, the fallopian tubes are thin tubes attached to the upper section of the uterus and function as a passageway for the egg cells to travel from the ovaries to the uterus. Sperm fertilizes an egg, which occurs in the fallopian tubes, which then moves to the uterus. Moving on to the male reproductive system. Like the female reproductive system, the male reproductive system is also divided into two segments of the external and internal structure. The external structure consists of the penis and the scrotum. The penis is the external organ which serves as a pathway for urine and semen to exit. The penis is made up of several parts, including the glans, which is the head of the penis. Covering the glans is what we call the foreskin or the prepuce, similarly to the female anatomy. In men who are circumcised, the foreskin is usually removed at birth. The corpus cavernosum are the two columns of tissue running on the sides of the penis, and when blood fills the tissue, it causes the penis to become erect. The corpus spongiosum is the column of a sponge-like tissue that runs along the front of the penis and ends at the glans penis. So during an erection, it keeps the man's urethra open. The urethra runs through the corpus spongiosum, allowing urine to pass and exit the body. The next external structure is the scrotum. The scrotum is the loose sac that carries the testicles located behind the penis. The scrotum acts as a climate control for these testes depending on the body temperature. Muscles located in the wall of the scrotum allow it to tighten when a man is cold, bringing the sac closer to the body, and to loosen or relax when a man is hot, allowing the sac to hang further from the body. The internal structures of the male reproductive system are the testicles, the seminiferous tubulus, the epididymis, the vas deferens, the ejaculatory ducts, the seminal vesicles, the prostate glands, and the Cowper's glands. And that is a lot. The two testicles are oval-shaped organs that are located inside the scrotum and connected by the spermatic cord. The testicles are responsible for producing testosterone, male sex hormones, and the production of sperm. Within the testicles are the seminiferous glands, which equal to about 1,000 tiny compressed tubes about 2 feet long, where the production of sperm takes place. The epididymis, along with the vas deferens, carry sperm from the testicles to the urethra for the ejaculation process. The epididymis consists of a coiled tube at about 20 feet in length where the sperm matures, and during sexual excitement, contractions send the sperm to the vas deferens. The seminal vesicles are one of the two glands located in the back of the bladder that together secrete more than 60% of seminal fluid. The prostate gland produces about 30% of the seminal fluid in the ejaculated semen. And last but not least, the Cowper's gland. The Cowper's gland may be also known as the bulbourethral glands, which secrete a clear, thick, mucus-like fluid before ejaculation occurs. And I will grab a little image of that anatomy there to help better understand where things are located and what they look like. So there is that. And when we think about the Masters and Johnson model, there are similarities and differences in men and women and their sexual response during sexual intercourse. The sexual response cycle comes in 4 phases known as excitement, plateau, orgasm, and resolution. And let's see. During the excitement phase, muscle tension increases, heart rate speeds up, skin may become flushed. We can also call this a sex flush. Nipples may become hard. A woman's clitoris may swell, similarly as a man's testicles will swell as his scrotum tightens. The vagina may begin to lubricate, and breasts may appear fuller on a woman. During the plateau stage, the same stages in excitement are still current, just increased and more intensified. The orgasm phase consists of involuntary muscle contractions beginning and a sudden force of sexual tension is released. And lastly, the resolution phase takes place after sexual tension is released and the sense of feeling good takes over, and most of the time the feeling of being fatigued and tired will occur. With that being said, I hope this covered the basics of human sexuality. I know it was pretty brief, and hopefully you gained a better understanding of this topic. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I hope everyone has a great evening, and thank you for your time.